What is going on, people? What is going on, people? We are back. Manchester United have beaten Southampton 3-0, 3 points in the bag. A lot to discuss. Trust and believe. I got my brother Brian back here with me to discuss all things after this match. Interesting performance. I am honestly, Brian. First of all, guys, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. I am so fascinated to get your take on this game. I am so fascinated to hear what you have to say about this game
Oh
because it's like
man.
we have over 100 people watching on all platforms. So everyone, make sure to show some love, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. 600 million to beat the mighty Saints. I'll take it. Onana saved us today. Oh my goodness, he did. He saved us big time. We found our level 3 important goals nonetheless. Okay, Stefan. Listen, all these things are true. All these things are true. But Brian, before I even say anything, what were your thoughts on the game? This initial reactions, initial emotions. It's early over here. We're tired. Try and put things together. Try and put things together for us.
You know, it's kind of going to like a shit restaurant, but at the end of the day, you still get your food, right? The food is good. After poor service, you had to wait a little bit. You're frustrated at the start of the game because the first 35 minutes were more of the same. Kobe Mainoo
Horrendous.
was getting overrun in midfield. But I think this team showed that we have pretty decent level of technical quality. And if you allow us to play, we will we will play football. Xerxes is good technically, Ahmad is good technically, Kobe is good technically, Delit is good technically, Mazwari, Dalo. So the technical level of the squad should dictate that we play better football.
Football.
But you have people on online, Twitter, whatever it is, who are like, well, yeah, you see, we won. I'm like, yeah, we should win. This Southampton team is crap. They are very poor. The fact that we made it a football game for 35 minutes is embarrassing. It shouldn't be. Like they're not good at all. They can't score goals. And we gave them a penalty. They're bad. They're horrible.
They're
They're a
not
horrible
good.
team.
Brian, they're not good. Brian, they're not
You
good,
know,
man. It's
they are
crazy.
so bad.
The
When we
fact that
considered the penalty, I actually thought Onana would save it because I looked at the guy, and sometimes you can tell from the face of the
oh yeah,
penalty
yeah, yeah.
taker.
You know what? I
He
looked
did
away.
not look confident.
I
He
looked
didn't look
away. You know what?
confident. I was
Like as soon as we conceded the penalty, I got pissed. I went on my phone, and then I kind of turned as soon as
yeah,
Archer went to take that. That's when I turned, and Onana made it. So I
yeah,
didn't even see the build up. I said I don't want to see any of it. I was so pissed off. But it's the everything you're saying. I completely agree with. Is
yeah,
that the first half was embarrassing? Let's just start there. Listen,
yeah. For the
three
most
goals.
part, the first half was
Yeah,
poor.
yeah. And then obviously, especially the first, like you said, the first 35 minutes. I think
Yeah,
when I was looking at the stats, I think that's 58% possession when I checked right around that 30 something minute. And then we conceded the penalty, right?
yeah,
And then we had that little
yeah,
flurry, right? Then we'll talk about the goals really quickly. Two goals scored off of like some second phase corner opportunities, right? Conceded
yeah.
corner.
It was a well worked set piece.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
well
yeah.
worked set piece for
It was a
Delitsko.
well worked. Yeah, it was a well worked set piece. Like I got to give credit to Bruno. Got to give credit to,
Delit.
Delict for very solid header. And then even Rashford, I got to give him credit for having the confidence to kind of whip in a ball or into the far corner, right? But
Hmm.
it's just again
It's
where
not
I
like you're living the game super confident. That's the thing. You're
no
not like, oh
no
yeah, we
no
smashed them.
yeah
No,
no
we
no no no.
professional performance. Poor first half, but after that, pretty professional. And
Yeah, that's what I would say.
you're
Exactly.
looking for more, but the confidence of the team is low.
Mhm.
I still think that a better team would expose the weaknesses in our team. I was happy to see. I knew Ugarte wasn't going to start, which is fine. I guess he wants to walk him into the team. That's fine. Hopefully, we don't have any long-standing injuries as well. A couple of people had to come off, but I think it was just precautions. I don't think anyone is injured, so that's a good thing.
Mm.
Yeah, we can talk about. maybe let's talk about what worked and
Yeah,
what didn't work.
yeah, let's,
I
yeah,
think
absolutely, absolutely. Let's get into the comments real quick though. Fortunate that shout out favor. Fortunate we have ballers that can keep the ball. ETA Styles only effect against relegation fire got cooked till the pen. Yeah, correction. Xerxes is a baller. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Xerxes and Ahmad, absolutely. Xerxes, we see the Xerxes love is high here because I thought he had a brilliant game. Um,
people were crashing out against him after the Liverpool game, but like
yeah,
I wasn't one of those people that were losing
yeah,
their mind.
yeah, no,
He
absolutely.
doesn't have the burst of pace, but very technically solid player. If he
No,
just had that
absolutely.
burst of pace, maybe it will come, but if he just had that, he would be crazy levels of player. But
No,
he's really good.
absolutely. Yeah, guys, make sure we have over 450 people watching on all platforms. This is crazy. So, guys, we're trying to get to 700 subs. We're trying to get to 700 subs, everyone. Make sure to show some love. Let's see how many we have on YouTube really quickly, just to see what it's looking like on YouTube. Um, yeah, we have right around 20 people watching on YouTube. So it's all Twitter. So if you're watching on Twitter, make sure to hop over to YouTube. You feel me, and show some love. Make sure to hop over to YouTube and show some love. You feel me? Yeah, big up to
Yeah.
everyone. Xerxes, Ahmad, Delict, Maz. Yeah, let's start with the positives. Let's talk about Josh Xerxes. Like, let's talk about Josh Xerxes. I thought he had a brilliant game. I thought he was really good today. Like, the opportunities that he created with his link up play, the simplicity, like it just kind of it was like a breath of fresh air. It genuinely was a breath of fresh air. Like, wow, okay, we have a player who can knit play together. We haven't had this in quite a
Mhm.
while up top, if I'm being honest. So if it was nice to see. It was really nice to see. So what were your thoughts on him overall? And how and his
You
performance.
know, you can't teach fantastic positioning. Whether you didn't like him against Liverpool, his positioning was still excellent. Like he was still getting in the right areas. He was still, trying to link play. And now against the Liverpool side, it's going to be difficult, especially when your team is not structured correctly. But you can
Right.
see, with him and Ahmad, and I saw a little bit more passing between him and Rashford today as well. So that's what you want to see Xerxes doing, linking the play, making the right pass. Because making that right pass, if you do it often enough, continually, often making that right pass, you are going to create more opportunities. Making that right decision is what's key. So I think he had a good performance. I'm not saying he was like a 9 out of 10. I think a good 7 out of 10 performance, which is what you want, right? If you're giving 7 out of 10 performance most
Every
days and
week.
every now and then you give a 9 out of 10, you're good. You're happy with that. So I'm really pleased for him. I'm not worried about him. It didn't take me long to see that he wasn't an issue, which, what it does do though, is kind of like put me in a position where I'm like, man, if he added a player like Cunha as well, who is similar but has that burst of pace that can
Yeah,
really carry the ball and dribble, those are the kind of attackers that Manchester United need. So we'll see going forward. I think we just need to keep doing the right things, and maybe we'll see more goals from him. I'm not
yeah.
worried about it. I think he was unlucky with the last shot he had, which was blocked by the defender.
So
Maybe you
unlucky
wanted him
because
to put it up in the roof of
Ramsdale
the
was going the
net.
other way. Ramsdale
Yeah,
was going the other
he
way.
beat Ramsdale. Yeah,
Yeah,
but the defender just got his foot in there. Unlucky. He should have gotten a goal today, but I can't complain with his overall
yeah,
performance.
yeah. No, it was a good day at the office. I thought Ahmad as well. I thought he had a really tidy game. Even in the first half when everyone was playing bad, Ahmad looked really good. That he was the shining light in the
Yeah,
first half.
wasn't happy with some of his decision making now.
Mm.
I think he could have made some passes a little bit tighter, some passes a little bit sooner. But he looked really good when everybody else was playing really poor. I
Yeah,
agree
I
with
bet he.
that.
But trust and believe, we're gonna talk about. I bet he's gonna get dropped next game because he didn't score. Just I can already see it. I can already
He
see it.
should have. Listen, Ganacho off the bench is working.
It's
Like
so
when
good.
things like this work for
I
you,
don't.
just
Yes.
keep it.
Yeah.
Just keep it. You don't need to change this. Ganacho off the bench, he comes in, he gets a player sent off, he kills the game for us. Like he scores a goal as well. Why do you need to start him? No, just keep him up.
Just
Bring him
keep
off the
him up.
bench. It's been
Exactly.
working. Keep it like that.
He's an
We
he's
don't
the
need
definition of
to
an impact
change
sub.
that.
He's the definition of an impact
Yeah,
sub. Like
impact. He's one of the best impact players you can have in a team because of his directness, his pace. Like you can see how scared the opposition team are when he comes on. Like you don't need to overcomplicate that. You don't need to overcomplicate his role until maybe you want to give Rashford a rest. You want to give um Ahmad a rest. You can start him, but for the most part, I like the
Mhm.
dynamic Ahmad offers us. That ball
Yeah,
retention is really good, but then he's also direct as well.
yeah. That's
So no, it's good.
thank
It's
you.
good. I can't really complain.
I want to point that out. The direct aspect of it is like, why do people talk like this guy's not direct? Like I know people are like, yeah, he likes the ball to feet, right? He likes the 1-2s, but when he needs to be direct, he is direct. I just don't understand this
Ahmad,
notion
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I just don't understand it. I remember just having conversations on Saeed's channel, and people are saying, "Oh, we can't play." I don't even want to get into that, but he's just not direct enough. We need a balance of
No, he's
someone like
he's he's
Rashford and
plenty direct, man.
plenty direct enough. He's plenty direct enough. It's just crazy, guys. Anyone who's watching, we have 700 people watching on all platforms. If you're watching on Twitter, pull up to YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We've already gotten 5 subscribers on this live stream so far. So, guys, just keep on showing love. We're trying to get to 700.
Yeah,
If all of you subscribe right now, we will be comfortably over 700. So we appreciate everyone, man. Let's see.
yeah.
Big up to Brian, his post match. Yeah, no facts. Yeah, yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to Mervin.
Exactly. Bruno or Ericsson to start next game. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Xerxes will become key. I mean, he's good right now. Big up to Brian, Temi and Brian, the legend. Xerxes with the Marshall level hold up and link up. Absolutely. Who plays in Palace's midfield? Wharton and who else? Southampton after the pen made it really easy for us.
yeah.
Palace will be the big test.
Listen,
Um,
if we choose the right selection, I think like we have enough players in this team. If we choose the right selection, we are good. But again, the structure, the tactics is up to Ten Hag. Okay, yes, it's Southampton, but this is what I say. Every Premier League game is difficult. Every team will give you a game. But if you're not up to standard, you can get beat. You can
yeah,
get beat regardless of who the opposition is. So that's why
yeah,
I'm not one of those people that will come out and be like, listen, it's Southampton, we should beat them. But I'm not one of those people that are going to come out and say, well, it's Southampton. There's nothing to take away from the game. No, that's not how you analyze football. If you analyze football like that, you're being childish. You need
mhm.
to analyze. I analyze every single game fairly, whether it's Southampton, whether it's Manchester City. There's teams you can take away from the game, and from today, you can take away the fact that Zeki was really good. De Ligt looks good, but he has moments where he can get caught out. Like you
Yeah,
should
yeah,
watch for
yeah.
that.
He that one.
Um,
He got
you
done.
know,
He got done for pace. The thing with Delict is like, and I worry about like our center backs in wide areas are not good. Like that's something I've just noticed. Like
yeah.
Lissandro actually had a very good game today. I thought Lissandro had a very very solid game.
He did a lot
Uh,
better. He
yeah,
looked
he
a
was
lot
very.
better.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Let me not say very good, but he was very solid. You know what I mean? But in fact, I want to touch on this. But let's stay up top really quickly. Marcus Rashford. Thoughts on his performance today?
Yeah. I think Rashford is at that place where he needs to change up his game a little bit in the sense that he needs to get more involved. I think sticking Rashford just on that left hand side as a touchline winger does not help him at all. It doesn't help him at all. So when he moved around, went to the right wing, went side to side with Xerxes, was running in behind, was linking play, was moving around, he looked more like the kind of player you want. Like our attack does not need to be completely regimented into like you have to stick it to this position because we're not just that team yet. So Rashford he still has that pace to a level where if you move him to a different position, opposition defenses are going to be like, where is Rashford? You need to watch for him because he still has that pace to get him behind. But if you just stick him on that left hand side, which then we've been doing, you limit his game because teams can see him, they see where he is, they can mark him out of the game. I did want to touch on something though. Kobe Manu is getting man-marked. Kobe Manu is getting man-marked in the Premier
Yeah, we're
League.
gonna no
Ugochukwu was
listen.
on him like a rash.
I was gonna say this. Listen, this comment here. Shout out Stretford Gamer TV. If we don't go Mainu, Castle, Garte, Palace are gonna cook. I was thinking it the whole time, especially in the first half. I'm like, listen, if we play with this Ericsson, Bruno, Mainu, midfield
Yeah.
against a team who's half decent, it's not going to be good.
They will get torn
I
apart.
feel
They'll get torn
bad for
apart.
Kobe Manu because it's like everyone knows that he's the best midfielder. Like everyone knows this is the one you
Yeah.
target, right? So he's
Yeah.
getting
They had Ugo Chukwu
swamped.
on him all game.
He didn't play well. He didn't have a good game. He didn't have, and
No,
it's
he
not.
didn't have. It's
It's
probably his worst game I've seen him play for United.
yeah, but it's not his fault.
It's his
Like
worst game.
that's the thing is like I can. There's a reason it's happening. They're targeting him. They're looking.
But you know
like
the thing is, we saw Eriksen actually have a decent game because of the fact that we're focusing so much on Kobe. Like Eriksen had the space and time to then find the passes. That was good. So what I would advise Kobe to do is don't try and carry. Like I know that's your strength, but if you're being marked like that, just pass the ball. Just pass the ball. Let's lay it off. A lot of the times he tried to get the ball and turn in very difficult scenarios. He had like 3 men on him, and Ugo Chukwu was man marking him. Yeah, like just pass it. Just lay it off. Just pass it. Lay it up. Drop deep. Drop so deep that your man marker looks stupid. That's what you should do in those situations. Don't stay high. Just drop so deep if you have to in between the center backs, because then that man marker has to make a decision. Am I going to follow you into your own half, or am I going to leave you alone? That's what he needs to do. It's a learning experience from him. He's young. He will learn. But those are the kind of things that he should do when he's being followed around the pitch like this. Just drop deep, pass the ball, keep it simple.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's overwhelmed, and this is what happens when you put this much responsibility on a young player, right? Shout out to Eric PK. If this is Kobe's worst game, then his bar may be a bit too high. No, his bar is that high because he's that good. He's that good.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like I'm holding him to a high standard, you know, but I just worry. I just genuinely worry that the pressure is eventually gonna just add up and add up and add
I'm
up.
not worried. You know, I'd be worried about Kobe if he wasn't like this really, really, really good professional.
Right.
But he's a really, really solid professional. You can tell by the way he carries himself, the way he plays. I'm not worried about Kobe Manu. Like people are like he's too young. Like listen, I'm not worried about that, especially in the long term, because I know we will sign more players. We will get more players in. One season is not gonna we're not gonna have a problem with him. We just need to select, at least for right now, and I don't know if it's gonna happen. I thought Eriksen had a better game than Bruno. I'm sorry,
Yeah, absolutely.
but guys, we can drop Bruno. We can drop Bruno. We can. We can. I don't know why we don't, because
absolutely had a better game.
Bruno was just poor. He had that one chance where I think it was Xerxes or Ahmad that laid it off to him on the left hand side, and you saw what so many people say about Bruno. He cannot he cannot dribble. He can't run. So he's like I don't want to say it was like Cristiano Ronaldo when he was playing for us in attack, but even Ronaldo in those situations probably do more, way more. But Bruno just he's so stiff as a footballer, and he's so stiff. And he does some really great things. You pick out a very strong pass every now and then, but Eriksen can do that. So I would take the ball retention Eriksen gives us over the moments that Bruno does, because even these moments he's not getting it right now. He's had opportunities to shoot, not really good. He's had opportunities to get into the right areas, not really good. There's one thing he did in the middle of the pitch where he just booted the ball up right in the middle of the pitch. I'm like, what are you doing? Who does this? Bro, just secure the ball. Why are you booting it up in the air?
These things happen so often. It's like I'm not even fazed by it anymore. I'm not even fazed by it. It's like people just ignore it.
Yeah,
people just ignore it. Honestly, I thought Eriksen had a good game. I thought he had considering the circumstances, I thought he had a very, very good game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I thought he kept it simple, just kept retaining the ball when he, like, especially in the second half, like you just needed a grown up in midfield, like to just calm things down, the ball, be professional, like, and we missed that. But I just worry, like, the balance is still not there, in my opinion. You know, the balance is still not there. I work, like, Southampton was just that bad. Like, they're going to go right back down. They are poor.
Yeah, no. They're poor side. This is what I told you, that the one reason why Everton might stay up is because the 3 teams that got promoted are shit. They're really bad. They're really bad. Yeah, so, I don't know. I think Ten Hag has enough to select a midfield that could help. Like, could be good, but you know what he's gonna choose. So I'm not gonna get overly gassed out of beating Southampton. That's
I
just the
know.
reality.
We got Bar. We have. I know we have Barnsley midweek. I hope we do some good rotation. You feel me? I don't like the role that's
Yeah.
being assigned to Kobe. ETH is wasting his potential in the final third. The midfield against Palace should actually be Ugarte, Eriksson, Mainu. I'm not mad at that. Actually, I'm actually not mad at that at all. I actually don't mind that. I've been saying Ugarte, Casemiro,
So
Mainu, Ugarte,
Ugarte,
Eriksson,
Ericsson,
Mainu. I don't dislike it. I don't
Mainu.
dislike it. You know what I
So
mean?
what do you think? What do you think? Do you think at this point we should? I think you've obviously said you like Rabiot. So do you think Rabiot coming into this situation would help us or hurt us?
Yeah, I genuinely do, and it's listen. I'm not saying Rabiot's this defensive monster, but he has a general sense of where to be on the pitch. Like that's literally it. He's good on the ball, and he knows where to be, where to be. Like he understands. Like I need to be behind the ball in this moment. Simple things. I need to be close to my other midfield partners.
Yeah,
Stuff like that, right? He's a decent. And also he's a unit. He's a decent enough guy. Like was he 6'2" or something
yeah.
like that, right? So
I was trying to look up
Ugarte,
his aerials, his
I
aerial
think they're
numbers
not.
for
I
aerials
don't.
clearances.
Yeah, check FB ref. But yeah, Ugarte, Rabio, Menu, right? That's just more balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like he treats the ball like
I
a
agree.
grenade. Yeah, and Bruno should not be considered undroppable. I mean, he is undroppable. Listen, as soon as you get a goal or an assist in this team, just trust and believe. Rashford got his goal, Bruno got his assist. They're not going anywhere. But like they are not going anywhere. Like trust and believe.
What
Once he sees those two players have those contributions,
score and assist? Then Hag is like, yes,
yes,
I can keep them in again. Listen, I thought Rashford is what it is because who are you going to really bench him for at this point? This is why I wanted Sterling. But people
add a
didn't want to get
midfielder,
Sterling. This
add a
was what it is.
midfielder, add a midfielder. I would drop him and add just
And then
literally just add Casemiro. Literally just take him off, add Casemiro or Collier or whatever the case may be. Play with Ahmad and or play with Bruno on the left or whatever. Just have do something different. You know what I'm saying? Because we're too
isn't
easy.
it a big? I noticed something though. Like anytime Casemiro got the ball, all our players were ready to make runs, which is so funny to me. Is that
Bro, he's a
Casemiro is like our
bro. That little
chief
pass,
progressive
that little
passer.
pass he played, that pass he played into Dallo. Like, granted that Southampton defender played him on side so easily. It was crazy. But that little pass he slipped into Dallo was
Yeah,
cheeky for the third goal. It was cheeky, and then
that
Dallo
was really
laid
good.
it into
Yeah, really really
Garnacho.
good.
That's a really it's crazy. Casemiro is the most confusing player ever because it's like sometimes he can't make a 5-yard pass, and then at other times he just
He
has this
pulls.
creative. He pulls off like just very creative, like it's just weird, 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 weird. We should replace Ericsson
I
with
just tell
Bruno.
people,
Go ahead.
no, 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 no. We should
Return
we
next
should we
summer
should
and then
replace Exim with Bruno Socks next summer.
slowly
I
transition Bruno.
think if we can, I read some things about Angel Gomez
Hmm.
about him wanting to return to United, which I can understand why he'd want to.
Yeah.
But if you brought him in as Bruno's long-term replacement for free, that saves us a lot of money
Hmm.
because to get a midfielder to replace Bruno would not be cheap, and that would allow us to go sign someone like Wharton for a lot of money, which would then help us really complete that midfield. I'm actually going to try and watch Wharton after this game. I really want to watch him a lot this season because if
Yeah.
he's someone we're looking at to use to replace Casemiro, I think we need to be sure because we can't not be sure. We need to know if this guy is a one-season wonder or if he's going to be really top class. Because if he is, and they're saying he's the next Malcolm Carrick, I really want to know if he is. But we
Right.
can. No, Ugarte came in. He did his cameo. He did what I know he can do, which is win the ball, make those tackles, aggressive on the pitch, and make smart passes. That's what I know Ugarte can do. Like people talk about Ugarte like he's this bomb. Like no, he's an intelligent footballer. Like you don't get to this level playing for Uruguay consistently. Like he's never dropped, regardless of what happens. And you play for PSG. You don't get to this level being a bomb. He's a good player. Let's see how we use him this season. The Palace game is going to be telling because we were bopped last season. Like that's our next Premier League game.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
we'll
no, it's
see.
gonna
We'll
be.
see what we should play Cass, Ugarte, Menu in midfield.
Mm,
That's what it should be.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what's gonna be. So we'll see.
Yeah, no. One thing is clear though, and I hope O'Neal notices this. As we have improved the quality of the team, Bruno's actual level is being exposed. Hopefully, O'Neal's find his replacement. It's looking like the team is
Oh
now
man,
realizing Ahmad is our technical leader, creator, carrier. Southampton is
yeah.
who we like to bully. Those level teams. Xerxes did a lot of creative things today, unlike Bruno's love for forcing it. We do not need Bruno in this team anymore. It sounds cliche, but for real, it was Southampton. Come on. Listen, I don't even think we bullied them. I thought we went up 2-0 and then we just controlled the game. Like I don't think
Yeah,
we didn't bully them. Bully them is a stretch. You know what I'm saying? Bullying them is a stretch. But like
we should have bullied them. To be fair, we should
no, yeah,
have because
yeah, yeah.
they're a good team.
They're
They're
not very
garbage.
good. They're not very good. To be honest, they're not very good. I was
Someone is
disappointed.
going to bop them like
Oh
six,
yeah,
7-0
seven
this season.
7-0 this season.
Someone is going
Absolutely.
to.
Mm-hmm.
There, I would put a bet on that. If there was a betting app where you could bet something like that, Palace to
Yeah.
get slapped like 6-7-0. Someone is
Yeah,
going to do
yeah.
it. Mark my words, it's going to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
Um
they play three at the back and they look open in defense. Sorry, five at the back.
Yeah, because I mean
Terrible.
they apparently. So I learned today they like to play this possession based style and whatever the case may be. So they're just generally an
Yeah.
open team. If you could replace Bruno in the summer, who would you sign? I wouldn't even replace him. I just buy because technically Bruno's a 10. I don't care about this number 10 thing. Just buy solid midfield players, bro. Just buy solid
Yep.
midfield players.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm worried about. Replace Bruno, Adam Warren. How about that? Take out Bruno, bring in a solid midfielder. Like
I think
literally,
we need like two midfielders at the minimum. I would
right?
like three, but if we
We
if
don't-
we if we brought in Rabiot and we
yeah.
brought this season, I don't know if we will, but if we did, then you get Angel Gomez on a free and get Adam Wharton. That's not bad. Maybe I would like one more, but because we have so many deficiencies in other areas, I
Mm-hmm.
think we should just Joe Wharton and Angel. There's this young kid from Middlesbrough that we're looking at as well. So if you brought him someone like that for cheap, you're good. Midfield is
Yeah.
set. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh
But yeah,
wow, guys, we have over 1,000 people watching on all platforms. Make sure to hit the like
that's
button. Make
amazing.
sure to I know it's crazy. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. I don't know if my thing is tweaking or this is just real, but like, yeah, over 1,000 people on all platforms. Guys, show some love, man. We really appreciate everyone in the comments as well. We really appreciate you just continuing to show love and be a part of the community. We're trying to grow the community. You know what I'm
But
saying? A small community, but we're growing. You
do, do
feel
you
me?
know? Do you know what I will say though is
Yeah.
there is something emerging within the team in terms of technical levels.
Mm.
So at some point we need to decide how do we want to play. Because when you have players like Menu, you have players like Ahmad, you have players like Xerxes, you know, there's like, okay, all these players are really, 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 really technical. You need a coach that fits that. Now I'm not saying Ten Hag or Ajax had a really technical team. Do we need some more pace and power? I think in the right areas. You know, me and you, we both love Lissandro, but we need those wide channel defenders. When
Yeah, yeah.
Euro comes back, he'll give us that. When
Mm-hmm.
Brentwood comes, if we sign Brentwood next season, he will give us that. So people think I'm overly negative. No, I'm overly negative because I don't think we are a shit team.
Mm.
People need to understand that. I don't think Man United have shit players like as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the players I wanted out are gone. The only people remaining are Lindelof and Maguire, who will leave on a free next summer. So the reason why I'm very critical is because I actually think we have a good team that can play football. So I'm frustrated. People
Mm-hmm.
think, oh, this guy just being negative on Twitter. Now I say we should sack Ten Hag at halftime because we were playing shit to a shit team.
I saw that, yo, Brian. I saw that tweet and I laughed so hard, bro. I was like, I just envisioned you pissed off, and I just died laughing, bro. I was like, I was like, no, but I was pissed. I was because when you're there's nothing worse than being tired and annoyed, like when you're
Yes, guys.
and your team is annoying you, there's nothing more. Like, listen, for
Mhm.
all of you who are watching overseas, let me let you know something. These early morning matches, when I say I struggled this morning to wake up. It's been a long work week. It's been a long work week.
Yeah.
Work was stressing me out. I was pissed off, just annoyed. And then waking up, I'm like, okay, let's just see what we do. 30 minutes in, we're playing like crap. I see Brian's tweet. I'm like,
You're
oh,
pissed, man.
it's a it's a
Guys,
it's
I
a
have
very
two
Brian
kids,
feeling.
very young kids, two very young kids, right? I woke up last night like 4 or 5 times to do a various number of things.
Of
So I
course.
didn't get good sleep. And I have to wake up 7:30 in the morning to watch
Yeah.
garbage football. You will be pissed too. You will be very, very irritated. There's no reason why Man United should be playing crap early in the morning like this.
No
So
fact.
listen, it's not done out of performance. People think I care about followers, likes. I don't like this. I'm a football obsessed person. This is not done. Like I didn't set this up. I had intentions of I want to be a YouTuber or anything like that. No, this
Yeah.
is done because I love Manchester United.
Yeah.
So I want to see us play better. I'm actually excited at the fact that we have more technical players because listen, we've struggled in the past with technical levels of our
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
it better now. And
Yeah.
I don't think we've signed anybody that I would say dropped the technical floor of our team. I think
Nope.
everybody we signed raised it. So we should
Nope.
be playing better football. We need to be seeing
I
better football. That we
I
should be keeping up our standards.
I agree. I completely agree. I think all of the players we've added have brought something to the team from a technical perspective. Even Ugarte's simplicity, I liked it, right? I think again,
Yeah.
I fear for him going forward into the season. I'm going to be real because I think
Hmm.
a lot is going to get put on his plate in terms of covering
Yeah.
ground, all this different stuff, right? But again, we just need like if Ten Hag had any sense, he would just build a base level team of listen, guys, keep it ticking, just keep the ball, like just keep the ball.
Yeah.
Don't do anything too elaborate. Just keep the ball. But in order for you to keep the ball, you need to have a structure. Listen, I think I know football at a high level. I'm not a football engine. I'm not a tactical. I wouldn't call myself a tactical, but I know
No,
football.
no,
I
neither
know
am I. And I'm not.
I,
Yeah.
I know football at a high level. Like if you build a team that has the proper shape, people are close to each other. You're difficult and you make yourself difficult to beat. You'll win a lot. You'll win a lot of games, especially with the talent that we have. Especially with the
Yeah.
talent that we have, man. It's crazy. I'm lucky I'm in Nigeria for the weekend, so I dodged the 4:30 a.m. wake up time. That's funny, man. I hope you're enjoying.
Yo,
Hope you're enjoying Nigeria, man. That's dope. That's dope. It's good to see. I mean, I miss Nigeria, man. I miss Nigeria. I can't wait to go
I
back.
do.
It's
I
good
do.
to it's good to see the team's overall technical level increased. It forces those who treat the ball like a bomb to keep the ball better. They're still treating it like a bomb, but it's okay. Uh, Same. Woke up at 5 a.m. and forced myself not to go back to sleep and miss it, bro. Like I was so tired. Like I was on my couch, just like laying, and I was kind of like turned to the side watching the game. Like, yo, we're playing like shit. Like,
I haven't even had breakfast yet. I haven't had a drink of water. I haven't done
bro,
anything. This is all I have
this is
done this
this
morning.
this sparkling water is all I've
Yeah.
had so far, bro. It's sustaining me.
So imagine going through all that and United lose. It's like it's the worst feeling. I'm happy. People think I'm upset. No, I am really happy United won.
Mm,
There's nothing I like better. It makes my day. It makes my weekend when United win.
yeah,
But I'm not going to drop my standards for Ten Hag because he needs to be doing more. This
fact.
team needs to be doing a lot better. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, in my
Mm,
opinion. It's really not.
yeah.
Especially with the likes of Ugarte coming in. The late you can see, people are like, oh, Maguire is better than Delete. I'm like, you're stupid. I'm sorry,
All
but
right,
you
come
are.
on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I know not to crash out on Maguire or anything. I think I think he's a decent player. If he does cameos like this, he comes on, helps.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like Delete reminds me of our Gabriel. Let me put it like that.
Ah,
Where he will give us a bozo moment, but for the most part, he's a solid defender.
right.
That's it.
I hear
That's
that.
it.
I hear that. I hear that. But yeah, when we were talking about the defense, I thought the back four was I mean, well, actually, Dallo today was. Oof.
He was cooked today.
I don't know who. I don't know what that winger's name was, but he was cooking him. Oh my!
Yeah, he
I
was
was like,
cooked.
first of all, who is this winger that's giving Dallo all these troubles? Like multiple,
Do you know what I think?
even before the penalty got conceded,
He
even
was
before
cooked like 2, 3 times.
two,
Yeah.
3 times. What do you think it was, Brian?
I think Dallo studies his wingers before he plays them.
Uh-huh.
It's always these unknown wingers for some reason that seem to cook Dallo. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he studied enough for this kid, if he knew what he was gonna
Yeah, he
do.
probably
It
said
seemed like he
lightweight.
didn't know.
He probably
Yeah,
said lightweight.
he looked like he didn't know what he was gonna do. That
Right.
was the thing. He was like, is he gonna go left? Is he gonna right? I don't think he did his homework for this kid, and
Yeah.
it showed.
His name,
So
name Dibley, was that his name?
Dibley, yeah, Dibley.
I was like, yo, who is this kid? Like, literally, I think his name was, I just saw 30, I think it was 32, 33. Was that his number?
Yeah.
I just went, who is this number 33? Just who is this? I've
Dallo, you get
never heard of
you
him.
get a couple of performances like this season. That's because he's been so consistent. Fair enough, but I think he just didn't down the line on that left side. I think that's his biggest weak point. Which is, to be fair, he's not a left back.
He's not a left back.
So
yeah. So I mean, it's fair. You mentioned Delict. I thought Delict actually, just back on talking to him, I thought he's gonna be a, once we have a team that has control, he's gonna be a big presence in the team. I can already feel it. Like
he's a leader.
He has that just like energy, that like aura, that whatever the case may be. Listen, the goal is the goal. Like I'm thrilled.
No, I rate it though. I rate it because we've missed that kind of aerial presence since Vidic.
Yeah,
since Vidic.
Maguire was the king of love to get his head on things. Nothing.
Yeah,
scoring nothing. How many goals has Maguire scored for us? 2, 3?
No, I think he's probably scored more with his feet than with his head for us. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Appreciate. We have over 1,100 people watching on all platforms, man. Make sure to smash.
You guys are cooking today, man. Hit those likes up.
Crazy. Man. It's crazy. We have right around 40 people watching on YouTube, 1,100 watching on all. If you're watching on X, make sure to hop over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube. Come follow us on YouTube, man. That's where all the fun is at. We want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're gunning for how many subs? That was 700. Yeah, we're gunning for 700 subs. You feel me? So show your boy some love.
Yeah, man. Go subscribe to Temi on YouTube. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
Man. Absolutely. No, we're growing. Listen, this is a process. This is a process at the end of the day. I told myself, like, listen, I'm not gonna stress myself out too much about all the semantics. I'm just gonna keep working, man. Like literally, I'm like, I work so hard in my like corporate life. It's like, why wouldn't I work hard for something like that? This is like that I really am passionate, like truly, passionate about, right?
I keep seeing people putting the City result in the chat, and I'm like, listen, guys, it's like, Man City.
I'm like, guys, are they?
Unless they're losing 3-0, I'm not going to watch it.
I saw
maybe at 2-0. Yeah. Maybe at 2-0 I'll tune in, because the next thing you're going to see is Haaland hat-trick or something stupid like
literally. That. Keep the lip fit and he will be a good sign. Absolutely. And I think the fitness thing was a bit overblown. Like he played a ton of games for Bayern Munich.
A ton Mazraoui too.
And Mazraoui. Any concerns about the potential injuries of
Mazraoui? No. De Ligt is not injured. He said so himself. I think Martinez was a precaution, and I think Mazraoui was tired as well. I think it was... We just need to manage those players. Hopefully, we can get a left back. Honestly, it's a bit frustrating that we have two left backs that are both croaked.
Why? What about this Amos kid, or what happened to him? I thought they were betting him. What happened with that?
I think we'll see him against Barnsley, if I'm being honest. I think we'll see him against Barnsley in midweek. Okay. We should see him against Barnsley in midweek, which is interesting because I think someone like he will start. I think Collier will start. I think we'll probably even see Ugarte play because he hasn't played a lot. So that's a good game to give him minutes in. I think Eriksen will start. Again, we can rest Bruno. He'll probably play Rashford because he wants to see Anthony. I think he played Rashford because he wants Rashford's confidence to come back. So
Yeah.
we have enough to rotate. I think Maguire will start. I think Evans will probably start too.
Yeah.
We'll probably rest
We need to
Martinez.
switch it up. Switch it all up.
Yeah.
Switch it all up. Honestly.
I feel for Dalot though because he's probably gonna play. He's probably gonna play Dalot because he plays every single game. You know.
Yeah, watching the game, and they actually should be 3-0 down. But listen, when it comes to Man City, honestly, I don't like watching Man City. I'm gonna be real.
I hate watching Man City. Oh my
like
god.
I tend to avoid watching them. Like for me, especially in these 10 o'clock windows, like if as soon as we get off, I start looking at other leagues, right? Like, oh, what's going on? Okay, see, Juventus play at noon. That looks fascinating to me. I want to keep watching Thiago
Barcelona
Motta.
are playing Girona, right? This weekend.
Yeah. Barcelona are playing. Yep, they play Girona.
That should be a good game.
Real Madrid are back at 3 p.m. I'm watching that absolutely. So, it's there's other things I'd rather watch than Man City. I'm gonna be real. Like, what is the point? I know what's gonna happen. Is lather, rinse, repeat. You feel me?
Who do you think ultimately would be a man of the match from today, though? Who was the best player today?
So I'll narrow it down to 3. I'll narrow it down to De Ligt, Xerxes, Ahmad. If I was to, I would probably go Xerxes though. And the reason I'm saying that is because the link up was just, it was so refreshing, especially in the second half when we could have done more, but I just like the fact that it was controlled and he was heavily involved in a lot of the good switches of play. Just
very intelligent.
The 1-2s. He's very intelligent, and it's like I like that. I just thinking about your boy Højlund. I think they could play him. No,
yeah.
I could see. I see the vision. I see the.
You
vision.
see what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like again, they're both units. So like one of the units has great feet. The other guy can run in behind. He can slip Højlund through. I like the vision of what you're thinking of. I see it.
If you can get both of them playing together and playing well, it's gonna be hard to stop because listen, if most teams will play 2 center backs, right? And both are strong, for whatever people says about Rasmus Højlund, he's actually pretty strong player. Make no mistake, when he encounters someone like Van Dijk that's stronger, maybe he should play differently. But both are strong, and if you can get them linking up together, with Højlund going in behind, Xerxes dropping deep, that is a nightmare to defend against because you need to make a decision as a center back. What am I going to do? Am I going to follow this guy into the trenches out in midfield, or Højlund is right on my shoulder? Like that creates space for everyone else. That gives everyone else space and time. So for me, I would like to see a team where we can have both of them together in a team. I think would have more attacking threats. Obviously, I know people are saying, are going to be like, hey, but maybe you want to have one on the bench. Of course, you can do that too. But I think United should be a team that has 2, 3, 4 strikers even. Next something we should address going forward in the next couple of windows. Chido, when it gets done, maybe he will start being the one that sits on the bench. Maybe, so that would be interesting.
Yeah. Temi, who timed me out? I have no clue. I'm on the stream. What does time me out mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Nobody can.
Yeah.
I'm not a mod. Nobody controls that.
Say, mods help me. I don't know, what does timed out mean. Somebody help me. Shout out Rajat V. Shout out Rajat V. For showing love. But yeah, man, this is. I'm happy that we got the 3 points. I'm happy that we scored 3 goals. I think we have a positive goal differential now, which is.
Is it positive or is it 0?
It should be 3, right? We scored 3 goals, so it should be positive.
No, we considered 3 against Liverpool.
Oh shit! No, but we were no.
Well, we positive because we lost against Brighton, so it should be 0.
Oh, you're so right. Oh my days. That's crazy.
No, it's fine. Next game we win, it should be positive, right? We're playing Palace. Man. We're playing Palace away.
Damn. That's actually disheartening. So we have 5 goals, 5 and 5. Okay. We need to get this thing up, man. We need to get this fucking goal differential up, man. This is like, it's jarring.
Palace has been a bogey team for us because we drew in Ten Hag's first season. We lost badly second season. We need to win. We need to win that game. We just need to beat them because I hate going against teams and having no wins, long streaks like that. It's not good for morale, and their fans start getting chippy. So hopefully we go win. Ten Hag should choose, in my opinion, a slightly more defensive approach in midfield. Have Ugarte there. Maybe you don't play Casemiro because he had such a bad game there. I don't know where his confidence levels at, but he's a professional. This is a guy that played Champions League games. Like, I know he can step up. Like, he's a threat at set pieces. If you have Delete and Casemiro at set pieces, like that should be a source of goals for you. At least 10 goals in a season. That should be a source. Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. We have options. Like, when people criticize United, they keep criticizing from the lens of this is a team that has been shit for years. No, look at the qualities of players we have now. Look at the profiles of players we have now, and you should be able to ascertain United are a top five team, like in terms of maybe finishing fourth or fifth, depending on the form of people around us and where we should be. I think that's where we are. A bad season is sixth, if I'm being honest. A average season is fifth. A good season is fourth. So that's the way I'm looking at it. So we'll see. We'll see what we do. But I think we have options. Like, I'm not going to drop my standards because people just want to, I don't know, ignore the negatives. People think that, Ten Hag should be doing a lot more. Oh,
Yeah.
Leicester just scored.
Yeah,
Vardy.
I know. Leicester just. I was looking at it. Jamie Vardy, man.
This
you,
guy.
when you want to talk about somebody who is
Barclays. This guy is a Barclays player. Yeah.
inevitable. Jamie Vardy. Let's see the goal real quick. Ooh, Ndidi. Hey, man, I miss when Ndidi was in proper. Oh my days. He chopped the goalie.
Look at that.
Oh
Look at
no.
that pass.
Oh.
Oh, what a finish, man. Vardy
Jamie
is
Vardy.
something. I love strikers like Vardy. I love strikers like Vardy because they can score any type of goal.
This is
He can
cold.
shoot. He can dribble. He has pace.
That
We should.
little touch to get it past the keep is sublime.
Oh, that was a good goal.
That is sublime. Like what? How old is he? 38?
You know who? We should go get that Guy Corres guy
Who
from
was that?
Sporting. Guy Corres. I hope I'm not
I said,
butchering his name.
Victor Gilk. Yeah, yes,
Guy Corres. Yeah.
absolutely. I was talking about him earlier in the summer. He is a problem.
He's cold,
and
man.
he's low-key built like Jamie. Like he's low-key built like Jamie Vardy too.
He's built like Jamie Vardy, but bigger.
Yeah,
Like bigger.
yeah. No, it's Holland scored. Look at that. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that.
Yeah, come on.
But seriously, I think we need one more. With one more forward like that. Someone like Guy Corres or Guy Corres, I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, would take our attacking options to the next level. Even if and a left winger. You know the left winger I'd love. Let's go get Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. Like, again, technical flooring really good. Like, guys, I know United are far away, but like, if Ineos do what I think they can do, we can
close the gap
that
quickly.
gap.
Quicker than expected, because realistically we finished in 8th last season.
We shouldn't have.
We should have been worse. We're our expected.
We should have been worse.
Seriously, like our expected finish, we like outperformed the table. There was some stat I saw where like we should have been like our performances weren't ordered us finishing like below mid-table. That's how bad we were. So no, Kvara is not good. You're crazy. You are crazy, Rajan. If you think Kvaratskhelia is not good, oh brother. Don't think we will though. 100 million euros release cost for Victor. Yeah, man. Kvaratskhelia is literally a hooper.
I'm worried that Arsenal will go get him, man. I don't.
You think so?
Yeah. I think Arsenal will get someone. Either going to be Osimhen, him, or Sesko, which are all. Funny enough, I think Osimhen is the worst out of all three.
Yeah, honestly, I don't rate Osimhen very highly. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's us Nigerians, like we look at Osimhen as like,
Yeah, no,
Silent.
literally, like anyone who watches it, like, listen, I watch it for the national team, and it's like, yo, he's mid. Like, and even for Napoli, like, I'm just no think seriously. I'm like, just
Yeah.
use the Nigeria, like the national team for example. Like Iheanacho, better than him in the national team. Like, it's been
Even Boniface too was really good as well for.
Boniface,
It's
better
like
than him in the national team.
we have bare strikers,
Strikers,
Nigeria.
but we have strikers for days. I'm just thinking like he's not even. He had obviously that season that Napoli won won a Scudetto like that took him to a different stratosphere in terms of
People, yeah, he was not
publicity.
100 million
But he's
pound
not a
striker.
100 million pound player. That's why he's at look. He's at Galatasaray right now because he oversold himself. Unfortunately, Sesko, Gyökeres, Isak, one will end up at Arsenal next summer. Man, that would be crazy.
I think he's gonna be Sesko. He has a release clause at the range they'd be happy to pay. I think.
I don't know how
Killer finisher though. Killer finisher.
Sesko.
Sesko. Yeah. He's ball striking is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about him yet. I'm gonna be real. Can Man United next year get? I would not go after Sesko. Personally, me, I would not go after Sesko, Ben Sesko. I don't see it. I don't see it. But listen, I haven't watched enough of him when I've watched him, I'm just like, okay, like he's cool. Like I'm not like, you know what I mean?
No, he's not like he's doesn't. Gyökeres for me is the best one, and maybe it's because I love Ruben Amorim. And I've kind of watched a decent number of Sporting games, but
right.
he's just dangerous. The way he can twist people in the box. Oof,
yeah, absolutely,
mad.
absolutely,
Like crazy player, crazy,
over,
really good.
over 1,200 people watching on all platforms, guys. You've been the comments and everybody have been fantastic. Moving forward to this week, into
Barnsley.
Barnsley. What are you expecting, Brian?
I'm expecting heavy rotation because we're going to need it. We have a lot of games coming up. I would like to see Ericsson and Wharton. Sorry, I'm saying Wharton. Ericsson, Ugarte, and Collier in midfield. You put those legs around Ericsson, I think you're good. And we're playing Barnsley. Come on. Yeah, it'll be maybe. I know he will start Rashford because he wants Rashford's confidence and goals. So he probably will start him. I would not start Garnacho. He's probably going to be pissed, but I think Garnacho needs to understand his role in this team. You need to understand where you are, mate. Like you need to understand where he is. Anthony will probably start, I think, which is fine. If Anthony can cook against Barnsley, like okay.
Yeah. Who do you guys get for left back next season? Anthony. Let's move Anthony to left back, and it'll be.
So he can crash out against the manager again and want to punch him on the pitch like he did last season.
Right. No, but in all seriousness, I've said it multiple times. Either Milos Kerkez or Aït-Nouri. Those are my two targets. Obviously, from the Premier League perspective, I need to do more. I mean, obviously, I watch other leagues, but when I watch other leagues, I don't watch to scout. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I just watch to enjoy, like take a deep breath, enjoy the football. You know what I mean? Like it's a much different way of watching. You know what I mean? I'm not like focused in like, okay, let me find this player to add to United. You know, I don't like when I watch football, I want to enjoy it, just relax, chill out, whatever the case may be, and go from there. Matoma's kind of average. Matoma's cold, man. What?
Matoma's cold, but like
cold.
For the money, he had this really bad injury, and for the money Brighton will ask for him, I think we can go for someone else.
Henko is the kid at Leverkusen, right?
Yeah, but he's not a kid. He's 26. And I really wanted Henko last summer. It depends on the kind of left back we want. Like, what do you want? Do you want someone that is very going to be technically strong, fast? Henko is kind of like Ben White. If you watch, that's what he's going to be. Maybe a little bit better overlapping, but that's what Henko would be for us. So it depends. Do you want that? Which I kind of understand if you want to go that direction, because then you don't have to worry so much about the defensive aspect of your attacking left winger going forward, because he has someone that will cover. But he's an option. I don't think we'll go for him though. We're looking more at Kekes and Aït-Nouri, which can still work.
Yeah.
But
tell me, y'all rate Ethan Mbappe. I haven't watched Ethan Mbappe Is that
Yeah.
Mbappe's younger
Mbappe's
brother?
brother. I think his brother. Yeah, I
Where does
haven't.
he play?
I think he still plays in France, doesn't he?
Okay.
Or did he transfer?
Where does he play Stretford Gamer? I'll check him out. I genuinely didn't even know he had a brother. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
real.
he
Like
does. He does.
I
He
did not
does.
know. Okay. Lots of fans think Anthony Robertson for Fulham. No. Listen,
The guy
Anthony,
runs in straight lines.
straight line.
Jesus,
Listen,
God,
for the
no.
USA, I love Anthony Robinson. Like USA soccer, I love him. I think he's perfect for international football. He has the pace. He has the
Yeah.
he has the pace, athleticism, but he's a straight line. He's a straight line fullback. He doesn't have any other. He doesn't have any wiggle to him.
No
No
tech
tech.
whatsoever.
He doesn't have any
Stiff,
wiggle. No
stiff
wiggle to his
balls.
game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes straight line fullbacks are fine. You know, I
It
don't mind,
just,
but it's just
yeah,
like
but like the game has changed, man. Like we had that with Valencia where he'd make those really like long busting runs in behind and put in a really good cross. And I don't even think Robinson has that good cross that
that
Antonio Valencia.
fluency. Yeah, no.
That season, Valencia and Rooney, he wasn't playing fullback then, he was playing right wing. Valencia and Rooney were just
Yeah,
telepathic. It was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But no, I don't think Robinson will be good for us. If we were bringing him as backup, sure. But like starter, no.
Thoughts on getting Branthwaite? Listen, I want to talk about this with you, Brian, because I remember I insisted we shouldn't bite on that
Overpay?
Everton
Yeah.
price, and I'm
Yes.
glad we didn't. I'm glad we
Yes.
didn't. I'm glad we didn't bite on Ugarte. Everything Ineos did in terms of they just were patient. Like, and I was so happy about that. And I think because they were patient with Branthwaite, we're gonna get him at a cheaper price.
I
Trust.
think so.
They will not be talking about 80 million next year.
No.
They will not. They will be talking. It'll be closer to 50. Like,
No. And he hasn't
seriously.
signed as long as we keep him from signing a new contract, which I think he said he won't sign because the one United were offering him was way more money. So, and I don't think Everton are in a position to do that because of their financial situation. So
I know.
I said it, his fee will probably be closer to 55 million.
Yeah.
75 is crazy.
No, I
Like
know.
it's crazy.
I know.
I would listen. The football purist in me doesn't want Everton to get relegated. The Manchester United fan in me is like, man, that would be really funny. That would be hilarious.
I don't want them
I'm
to get.
sorry.
I don't want them to get relegated only for my take. But
Yeah.
if they got relegated, to be fair, it'd be actually good for us, right? So I kind of
It'll
win
be good
either
for
way.
us. We would go for
win either
Branthwaite.
way. I kind of win either way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I like Branthwaite. I think I've made it clear this summer that I like Jared Branthwaite. You know what I mean? But I was very against
That fee. Well, yeah.
I was just against. I'm like, listen, we don't want to do a Hoyland again. We don't want to do a Hoyland. We don't want to do a Mount. We don't want to do something where it's like we're just going over the odds for no reason, right? Like imagine if Ineos was here last summer and we were dealing with Atalanta.
We would not overpay for Hoyland. We would not have even in the first season. We wouldn't have got Anthony. We wouldn't have paid for Casemiro. So all these things would have, again, this is what I'm saying. If Ineos keep doing the right things long term, I think we'll be fine. It's a different question if we can win the league with Ineos, because that takes a certain level of consistency, right manager, right recruitment, right money spent in the right places, and a little bit of a luck along the way. But for the most part, I'm fine. I'm happy with United long term, but we need to keep the same energy. This January window, we need to keep the same energy. Two players bring in. There's a couple of players we look to replace Anthony. There's this kid that plays in France. What's this guy's name? That looks interesting, but I don't. Zergrova. I don't know how. I've watched him a couple of times. I watched some videos. I don't know how he looks really left-footed. So I don't know if we'll go for him. But if we do let Anthony leave, because I know Ineos are going to want to get rid of Anthony. I know they're going to want to get rid of Casemiro. Like those two signings are big problems for them financially. So we'll see. But we need to use the January window and sign a left back.
Yeah, I think
maybe a midfielder.
I think people are going to be frustrated with January. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
I think we'll make one signing max. if I'm a
Mm.
betting man. I think, listen, that's not a bad thing to me. Like, if we're trying to fix this season's problems immediately, it's not gonna. Like, you're just kidding yourself. Again,
Yeah.
when we think Ineos, like it's hard it's really hard as a fan to compartmentalize because we're in the midst of a season, so you're thinking week by week, but then things are happening outside of our bubble that are definitely long term. Definitely, listen. I literally I sell tech for a living. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be like, if you're when I look at my book of business and my customers, you have to be strategic, right? That you have to be strategic, and that's how these people think. They're thinking long term. They're thinking like a year, 2 years ahead. You know what I mean? So it's really
That's
important.
what you saw with the Euro signing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I keep seeing it long term. If you have Euro and Brainsway together, that's a really, really solid pair. You have Delit and in there, and you have Martinez.
Yep,
That's fantastic four
yep,
defenders right there.
yep, yep,
Yeah, we
yep.
need we need some strength in midfield. Like when you have Kobe Mano as one piece, your life should be easier for
Yeah.
any recruitment team because the quality Kobe gives you is very hard to find in the market. So you have
Uh-huh.
Kobe as one piece. Who are you gonna go partner him in midfield? You're looking at Adam Worth and uniquely looking at Ananda. The only reason why I'm like I like Angel Gomez, I want to see a little bit more physicality in there in that
Mhm.
midfield. But when I watch Gomez, he is very like aggressive, kind of like Bernardo Silva, where he's like
Yeah,
he's not gonna be a slouch in midfield or anything like that. But for me, he would be like Bruno's long-term replacement.
yeah.
Which, funny enough, he left. I think because we signed Bruno, because he knew he wasn't gonna get game time. So
Hmm.
it would be funny if he's coming back to replace Bruno long term. And
Yeah,
listen, for the Baller FC people of our fan base, having Angel Gomez replace Bruno Fernandez
would
would
be a
be like
dream.
a wet dream. Like
No,
honestly
seriously.
speaking, it
Seriously.
would be
No,
crazy.
yeah. Angel Gomez is a tidy, tidy footballer. Um, I think Man United fans wouldn't take to him. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna
You
be real.
sure? I think a
Yeah,
certain part of our
yeah.
fan base will, but
Yeah.
from our
Like,
academy as
yeah,
well.
we have like a side of the fan base that's like Tech FC, but it's a very
Yeah.
niche. It's a very niche side of the fan base. Like, most of the fan base loves Bruno. Let's be real. Most of the fan base loves Bruno. And Bruno,
Hmm.
because Bruno gets goals, he gets assists. Angel Gomez is not prolific in terms of GA. He's not.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Like, let me see. Let me pull it up really quickly on FB Ref. Like, how many what was his goal comps last season? Because I
I
don't
don't
think
think
he
it's a lot.
that.
But do you think I think we should change the way our midfield is styled. Because I don't know, a lot of people are like, we should go for Musiala, we should go for
Yeah,
Wirtz
yeah,
to replace Bruno, but it's a
yeah. He
lot of
didn't.
money.
So he started 29 games last season. Didn't score a goal, but he had 8 assists. Okay.
Which is fine.
So yeah,
Which is
listen,
okay.
it's
That's
complete.
great.
It's completely fine with me. You know what I mean? But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, you know how fans are. You know how fans are. But no, we're gonna wrap up soon, guys. We're gonna wrap up
Yeah.
soon. We've had a fantastic. We've gone over an hour. It's been a fantastic stream, man. Over
Yeah, yeah,
1,300
it's been really
people.
good. You guys
Yeah,
have been really great, man. I would
yeah,
like to do more of this
yeah, man.
shows if I can just find the time to do them.
I
As long
know.
as I can, then I'll let
And
you guys know on
and
Twitter for
Brian,
sure.
I genuinely appreciate you, my brother. Whenever you come up to DC, drinks on me, food on me, everything's on me. Everything is on me.
Yeah.
You're chill. You're
No,
chill.
I got you, bro.
You're chilling when you pull up to DC, man. You're
I
chilling when
got
you
you.
pull
I
up to
got you.
DC. I appreciate it, man. But over 1,300 people watching right now on all platforms, which is crazy.
That's crazy, man.
That's fantastic. Everyone who's watching on Twitter, hop over to YouTube, hit the like button. If half of everybody hits the subscribe button right now from Twitter, YouTube, whatever the case may be, we will be doing fantastic. So I'll do the shout outs real quick. I'll do the shout outs on the chat real quick, and then we'll wrap up. So shout out Rajat V, shout out Stretford Gamer, shout out Pevin, shout out Mervin Howe, shout out Elite Baller, shout out Uthman, shout out Nathan Sarpong, shout out Favor, shout out Lali Rashid, shout out Big Energy, shout
Sheesh.
out Who am I missing? Shout out Paulo Lele. Shout out Kyle. Jayanoon. Shout out Kind FC. Shout out Isak. Shout out Temi Dow. Fatoki. Shout out Farouk. Shout out Rambo. Shout out Eric PK. Shout out Enrique Rivera. Shout out The Oracle. Shout out Noah Theodoro. Shout out Sheesh Kobe Nash. Shout out Chow. Shout out MUFC Cooling. Shout out Social Joins. Shout out Jerome Woods. Shout out. I think we got everybody. If I missed anybody, my apologies. But much love to everyone. It's been a fantastic live. Brian, thank you again. Everyone, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, stay locked in, and we will see you guys very, very shortly. All right. Deuces.
See you guys, man. Bye.